And once again I welcome everyone to the DriveExpress channel. 49 years after Volkswagen revealed the first ever Golf hot hatch, we're still waiting for an electric GTI branded production car. But today Volkswagen is launching the next best thing, the ID.3 GTX, which makes its world debut alongside the ID.7 GTX you can read about in our separate story. We got our first taste of a hot ID.3 back in 2021 when VW released the ID.X concept, though the production ID.3 GTX is different in a couple of key areas, because while the ID.X had two motors and all-wheel drive, a setup it pinched from the production ID.4 GTX unveiled a month earlier. The ID.3 GTX, like all other ID.3s, sticks with just a single 550 motor mounted at the back and driving the rear wheels. But Volkswagen's motor tech has come a long way in the last year, and if you've paid attention to the power boost recently handed down to single-motor ID.4s, you'll understand why the Wolfsburg team felt that they could settle for one motor and still build a convincing hot hatch. The ID.3 GTX is actually two cars. Base models, branded simply GTX, get the same 282 horsepower 210 kilowatts motor now fitted to the two-wheel drive ID.4 and can scramble to 62 miles per hour, 100 kilometers per hour, in 6 seconds. That's not exactly lightning fast for an electric car or a hot hatch these days, but it does mean the GTX is both more powerful and accelerates more quickly than the punchiest ID.3 previously available, which has 201 horsepower, 150 kilowatts, and gets to 62 miles per hour in 7.3 seconds. It also puts it narrowly ahead of the recently facelifted Mk 8.5 Golf GTI, which sends 262 horsepower, 195 kilowatts to its front wheels and takes 6.2 seconds to hit 62 miles per hour. Volkswagen says the electric motor has been set up to deliver maximum thrust within milliseconds of you matting the right pedal, so it's likely to feel faster than the figures suggest, pushing the electric envelope a little further. And introducing us to Volkswagen's most powerful individual motor yet is the GTX Performance. That makes the same 402 pounds-feet, 545 Nm of torque as the base GTX, but bumps the output to 322 horsepower, 240 kilowatts, helping cut the sprint time to 5.6 seconds, which is only 6 horsepower and 0.3 seconds down on what the bimotor, all-wheel drive ID.X hot hatch concept promised, and means the fastest ID.3 is faster than a single-motor Tesla Model 3, which needs 6.1 seconds to reach 62 miles per hour. And while the entry-level GTX is 111 miles per hour, 180 kilometers per hour, top speed improves on the regular ID.3's electronically limited 99 miles per hour, 160 kilometers per hour. Maximum, the performance lives up to its name with a 124 miles per hour, 200 kilometers per hour, top end. Both models run single-speed transmissions and get the same 79 kilometers per hour battery that's claimed to offer 373 miles, 600 kilometers of range, and can be charged at 175 kilowatts. But while each version gets suspension revisions to suit the extra go and their hot hatch personas, the GTX Performance gets more serious with standard DCC adaptive dampers that ought to improve both the comfort and body control versus the non-performance GTX. Compared with the ID.3-based ID.X concept with its intricate forged alloy wheels and day-glow detailing, the production GTX looks disappointingly mellow, with little more than some oversized mesh in a redesigned front bumper, black mirror caps and roof trim, and a new set of 20-inch 5-spoke Skagen wheels marking it out as the hot hatch of the lineup from the front and side views. At the rear there's a new gloss black diffuser, trick LED taillights, LED matrix lights are optional up front, and GTX lettering where you'd find an ID.3 badge in the standard car. Volkswagen does seem to have tried a little harder inside, though GTI fans might be disappointed to note that there's no plaid seat fabric in Wolfsburg's first electric hot hatch. What you do get is red stitching and chrome GTX lettering on the sports steering wheel, more red stitching and GTX logos on the stock sports seats, and the option of upgrading to Ergo Active Performance seats with integrated headrests. electric adjustment and adjustable PHY support. Like all ID.3 models going forward, the GTX also receives a larger 12.9-inch touchscreen with a redesigned menu system and illuminated heater sliders to answer criticisms of the original EV. There's a wellness app that can tweak the lighting, climate control, and audio system to either wake you up or calm you down. And the GTX also features the ChatGPT-powered voice assistant Volkswagen is rolling out across its model lines. Just don't ask it who makes the fastest electric hot hatch, or you might come away disappointed. Write what your opinion is about the new Volkswagen ID.3 GTX, and would you buy it? It will be very interesting for everyone. Put likes and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the latest news from the world of cars. See you soon. Goodbye, everyone.